Well, well done. That was really fun. It looks so you really enjoyed yourself up there. Who's the lyricist?
Well, each of us are, in a
Yeah.
way.
But mostly myself and Oren do most of the lyrics.
Very, 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 very clever. How did you choose the 6 little vignettes that you did, or however many they were?
It was a tough decision. We used our APUS, all of us took APUS history, as it says in the process paper, and we looked at some of the most famous events that could have the most impact and would represent the widest range of information.
Like, I know with I Love Lucy, she was the first woman to have the spotlight, you know. That was a big woman's moment for television. So we put that in there. And the landing on the moon, that was such a big moment in history. Everybody, they took off work, kids got out of school, everybody was there to watch that moment.
You could carry on with the very much.
Do you think about putting that in weapons?
I actually did think about it about like 3 weeks ago. And I was thinking it would be something that would be good to put in there. But we already had Vietnam, and we didn't really know how to portray 9/11 in this without somebody thinking that we might have been making fun of it or something, which we of course did not want to do or have any misunderstandings about that.
Well, those are the questions historians have to ask.
Right.
I wondered if you thought about how this impacted the radio industry and the movie industry and society in general, as far as where people spend their time.
Well, we know that as soon as TV came out, radio, they had radio shows, not just music playing on the radio. And as soon as television came out, that industry went, it just went further and further down as TV got more channels and like that. And in society, people used to gather around their radios at night, but then they started to gather around their TVs, and when TVs became more popular, you would have one per household, and it just helped family time.
And society molds so much around the television. What they see on TV, they want it to happen. They want life to be like that.
What was your favorite part of resource that you used?
Well, favorite and most helpful, I guess, are different. I think the most helpful were the videos that we saw online, because it's like we're seeing what people in history saw, and I think that's really neat. There's no difference, But then I think my favorite one was when I interviewed my grandmother, Rita Davis. I don't know how I quoted her in the bibliography, but she was at the World's Fair, and that was something that I found out, and I just think it's so cool how I share a part of that. I think that's really neat.
I actually like listening to the recording of the Man on the Moon whenever he said those words. I thought that was really interesting to actually hear him saying it, because we've always heard people repeat it all the time, and we haven't really actually seen the actual clip, but just being able to hear it was really cool. And then watching the music video Kill the Radio Star, that was certainly interesting to see what our parents saw when they were in high school.
You touched briefly on the fact that in the Kennedy-Nixon debate, that television, it was very important how Kennedy looked. Does television have influenced society greatly from that point onwards?
Definitely, because it's a visual, it adds visual and audio, so how he looked was just as important as what he was saying, I think. And so it has sort of distorted what really should be, but it's made things more available. I don't know.
And I think that with the way things look and how it's changed society today, I think it's done it both in a positive and negative way. We want to be, like I said, we want to be what we see. If we see somebody on the TV, I guess this could be a negative, that's pretty, they're skinny, and they see this conflict all the time. We want to be like them. We want to be the pretty. We want to be that. And I think that's how it's kind of changed as it went on.
But then also it's made news more accessible, being able, especially political things, with how Obama won the first Black American president, that was known instantly across the nation and most likely across the world, whereas 100 years ago, 200 years ago, to be able to, knowing who the president was would probably have to be sent out like on the Pony Express, like they were saying earlier.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.